third graders. We are working on Math 11.9 today. Same perimeter, different areas. So you will be finding the perimeter and the area of each shape, of each figure. Area is the space inside a figure. It is labeled unit square or square units if it is not labeled specifically. Perimeter is the distance around the shape. You add up the length of the sides, and it is labeled just with units if it's not specified. Okay, so I have two different problems that we're going to work together on the board. My first shape has 3 units and 3 units. So if I want to find the perimeter, I need to add up all 4 of the sides. And I see that my 2 sides are 3, so I know that these other 2 sides will also be 3, and I have a square. So if I add all the sides, I'm adding 4 3s. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12. So I have 12 units. The area, remember, I can multiply. I'm finding the amount of space, and if I wanted to draw the squares inside, I could. And I know I have 3 across and I have 3 down. 3 rows, 3 in each row. So I could count the squares, or I can multiply. 3 times 3 is 9. Since it's the area, I have to say 9 square units, because my measure of units are not specified. So that is for shape A, which is a square. Now I have this second shape. I can tell it's a rectangle. So I have a length of 2. So I know this side is also 2. I have a width of 4. I know this side is also 4. So for perimeter, I add up all the sides. 2 plus 4 is 6. 2 plus 4 is 6. I add 6 plus 6. The perimeter is 12 units. To find area, I'm going to multiply. I have a length of 2, a width of 4. 2 times 4 is 8 square units. Now the name of this lesson was Same Perimeter, Different Area. So here I have an area of 12 units for both of these shapes, but the area is different. This one is 9 square units and this one is 4 square units. So same perimeter, different area. Now I have these 2 figures over here. Here I have a side of 9 and a side of 3. So if I find perimeter, I will be adding all the sides. I have to remember all 4 of the sides, even though only 2 are labeled. And here my unit of measurement is listed, it's inches. So I'm going to add up the sides. Perimeter is adding the sides. 3 plus 9 is 12. Another 3 plus 9 is 12. 12 plus 12 is 24. Now to label it, I just label it inches. I don't have room there, so I'll write it right there. To find area, I'm going to multiply. I want to find the amount of space inside. And just remember, each of those can have, the squares, okay? They can have the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I didn't divide it equally, but you can see it's 3 rows with 9 in each row. Or they can just label the sides. You do not have to have the squares in there. So I'm going to multiply 3 times 9. 3 times 9 is 27. Since it is area, it is square inches. Okay? Now for shape B. The perimeter, I add. If this side is 5, this side is 5. If the top is 12, then the bottom is 12. So now I'm going to add them all up. 5 plus 7 plus 5 plus 7. I am going to add 5 plus 7 is 12. Another 5 plus 7 is 12. 12 plus 12 is 24 inches. To find the area, I multiply. 5 times 7 is 35 square inches. It has the same perimeter. Each shape, the perimeter is 24 inches around the outside, but different areas. Which shape has the greater area, A or B? It is B, 35 square inches. So this is the larger area. Now, what do you notice about both of these sets of shapes? They have the same perimeter, 12 and 12 here, 24 and 24. Well, I notice one thing is that the perimeters double. They do double. 24 is double of 12. But I also notice the shapes with the greatest area, they are closer to the shape of a square. Here I have an actual square. 3 times 3 is a square. Same number on each side. And it is 1 square unit more than this rectangle. I go over here, it has the same perimeter of 24. They each are 24 inches, but when I look at the area, there's a big difference. Rectangle A is 27 square inches. Rectangle B is 35 square inches, and it's closer to the square, so that's something important to remember. The closer a figure is to a square, the greater the area will be. Okay? We're going to do one more, but I need to erase the board first. Okay. That is close enough for right now. I'm going to hang this back up. Hang this up right here. Okay. That actually is not good enough. I might need all that space down there. Now here I have 4 different shapes, and they're labeled A, B, C, and D. If it's ever hard to see when I put this grid paper up, you can just zoom in so you can see the grid paper closer. The question says, which figure has a perimeter of 20 and an area of 16 square units? So I'm given 4 shapes. I have to find the perimeter of 20 and the area of 16. So remember, for perimeter, I have to add the sides. Area, I multiply the sides if there's the same amount of rows and number in each row. Okay? So what you would need to do for each one, and this might take a little bit of work, so you would have to have an extra piece of paper. I'm just going to label all the figures here. And I would have to find the perimeter and area for each one. I didn't leave myself room to add out the perimeter, but we can do it in our head. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I have a length of 5 and a width of 5, I know that my other sides are also going to be 5. It is a square. So I add up 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. 4 5s is 20. So I have 20 units. And this was not labeled. No, this was not labeled. It just said units and square units. I better put that here. Okay. Now the area I multiply. 5 times 5 is 25 square units. Okay, so that's the square for A. Here I have a long rectangle. I have 2 on this side, so I know it has to be 2 on this side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on the top, so it's 8 on the bottom. To find perimeter, I add up all the sides. 2 plus 8 is 10. Another 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. I multiply the length times the side to find the area. A length times width, sorry. 2 times 8 is 16 square units. Well, I think that's what I was looking for, isn't it? Perimeter of 20 units, an area of 16. So I think I found the correct one. But remember, it's always a good idea to complete each problem in case I made a mistake here. Okay, so always complete each one just to make sure. For shape C, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 on the lengths. The width is 2 on top, 2 on bottom. 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. So I have 12 units. I multiply length times width, which is 8 square units. And finally, so I see that one does not match. Finally, I'm going to do D. It looks like I have another square. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, all my sides are 4. So I'm going to add up 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. 4 fours is 16. 16 units. If I multiply 4 times 4, it is also 16. So 16 square units. So this square has the same perimeter and the same area. So let's look back here. Perimeter of 20 units, an area of 16. So B was in fact the correct shape. Now 2 of these have the same perimeter, A and B, both a perimeter of 20, but which one has the greater area? Would it be shape A with 25, or is it shape B with 16? It is shape A with 25. And remember what we said? If the figure is closest to a square and it has the same perimeter, the shape that's closer to the square is going to have the greater area. Okay, so I hope that helps for the lesson today. 11.9, same perimeter, different area. Remember, if you want to do the interactive student edition, you can find it on your things to do. And if you want to print out the practice book pages, the practice book pages are in your library. Good luck, third graders, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.